as they slip underneath the billboard. NASCAR, this bud's for you. Here they come. Green flag is out. We are underway as Rob Summers will jump right into that number 1 spot. Seidel, he'll slip back a little bit. Here comes Brian Schofield trying to make a move on the inside. Couldn't quite do it. As now Seidel will come right back up to the bumper of Rob Summers.
No need to be impatient. A long way to go. And the boys start to feel things out. Start to sort out. It's Brian Schofield running second now. And Grasso working the inside. Can't get around Dave Gallo, however. And on the outside, Ted Riggett takes advantage of that. And he'll battle Gallo now for that 4th spot. And Riggett has it. Meanwhile, up front, it's Schofield in a bid for the lead. Off the turn, the Gentle Giant moves into the top spot.
Further on back, Renee Dupree, car number 90. She's going to work to the outside of Rosati. Off of turn number 2. Now she's going to deal with the 28 of Gallup. Here they come off of turn number 4. Gallup and Dupree side by side. Who's going to have the advantage? But back up front, it's car number 09 of Brian Schofield. He'll lead the 2X of Summers. Now a battle shaping up for the 3rd spot between the 47 of Riggett, the Marks Auto Parts sponsored machine, and the 71 of Seidel. But a man that's on the roll, it's car number 67 of Tony Papali. He'll pick up a spot, and now he's got his eyes set on the 47 of Riggett.
Schofield stretching out his lead over Summers now, but of course a long, long way to go. Tony Papali closing in on Riggett for 4th place. Here we go. Off the turn, it's still that same sequence, but now Dave Barabee starts to make his presence felt as he takes over the 6th spot. The 04 also on the move.
Here comes Dave Gallo, car number 7. He's going to look to the inside of Seidel, pick up a spot. Right behind that, you got the 18 of Spires. Savory trying to work his way up as he files the 18 of Spires up through. Back up front, it's still car number 09 to Schofield as we got a problem off of turn number 2, a spin. It's a 73 of Frank Rocco.
Brian Schofield will once again duel with Rob Summers on the restart. 2 heavy hitters right behind them, and Ted Riggett and Tony Papali.
Let's see what happens as we get ready to get back to green. Here they come. They pick up the pace. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Schofield will jump right back into the number 1 spot. But now look at Teddy Riggett. He's going to make a move to the inside of Summers as they come off of turn number 2 and head down the backstretch. Here comes Big Jim Hohen. He's going to stick his nose in there as he tries to pick up a spot from Summers. They exit off of turn number 4. But right now he'll have to contend with the 67 of Papali as Papali is a man on the move.
And look at Jim Houghton. He powers his way past Summers, and Tony Papali will now try to do likewise. Right behind him, it's Dave Barabee in the 04 looking for room. And Eddie Spires and Richard Savory also on the prowl. Off the turn comes our leader with now a 4-car length lead over Riggett. Jim Houghton pushing hard, holding 3rd, but Tony Papali sticking right with him. Off the turn, Richard Savory works past Dave Gallo. Off the turn again. Here we come. Papali looking to the inside of Houghton, backs out of it, and gets back in line. But Barabee continues to ride the low groove. As we go into 3, Tony Papali again diving deep. And Houghton shuts him off.
Further back in the back, Tommy Jensen in car number 79 tries to slice and dice his way up to the front as he'll take a spot away from the 71 of Seidel as they head down the backstretch. Back up front, it's Schofield. Then it's Riggett. Good battle shaping up for the 3rd spot as Papali works to the inside of Big Jim Hoban. Who's going to have the advantage is going to be the handles or the horsepower. Watching all that going on, it's the 04 of Dave Barabee. They're going to make it 3 wide as they come off of turn number 4.
Wow, that was close. Meanwhile, Spires works onto Summers, and he'll move up a notch. Here comes Dave Barabee to work on Houghton. He'll work on the machine of Papali now. Here they come.
Well, Ronnie, a lot of slice of the dice in the back with the 11 of Rosati, the 71 of Seidel, the 26 of Fern. And now Seidel got off the gas just a little bit. Everybody had to back off. No problem there as we stay green. Back up front, it's still the 09 to Schofield, but now Barabee's going to make a move to take a position away from Papali as they come off of turn number 4 down to the stripe. Side by side they battle, as now Barabee will secure that spot.
Up front, Ted Riggett is out of the turn they come. Let's see what Riggett can do down the backstretch. The margin staying about the same on that circuit. Dave Barabee trying to close the gap too. Now Riggin closes in once again on Schofield as they pass Frank Rocco. Richard Savory now working with Eddie Spires for position. Right behind Jim Houghton. Here comes Savory on the inside. He takes the spot away from Spires.
Barabee currently in that third spot, tries to reel in the 09 of Schofield and the 47 of Riggin. As now the yellow is out, as we got a spin on the backstretch. And then the 75 of Grasso went around, and the 34 of Scott Walker had nowhere to go as he plowed right into the machine of Grasso.
Opening up as the field tightens up. We're ready. Here they come. Schofield.
Billy Dunn looks him over. Green flag is out, and we're back underway, and Schofield will get the jump. Now, Barabee's going to make a move to the inside of Riggin as they come off of turn number 2. Riggin says, no, you're not. And here comes Barabee one more time to try it on the inside. Further on back, Fran Principe, car number 44X, tries to make his way up to the front, as now he's going to work to the outside of Eddie Spires. Side by side, they'll battle. Back up front, the leader is Brian Schofield with Ted Riggin second, Dave Barabee third.
Tony Papali squeezed out by Jim Houghton. Jim drifting way up high, forced Papali high. And keep an eye on that number 4. He is really drifting up into the marbles. Richard Savory works him over now. Here comes Savory to the inside. Can he complete it? Down the backstretch and into the turn side by side. Who will have that 4th spot coming out? They touch wheels. Very close contact. They touch dirt bars now. And Savory now overtakes Houghton.
And watching that battle going on, it's a 67 of Papali. Papali wants to make a move to the inside. Let's see if he can make that pass stick. He's going to do it. He's not only going to take the 4 New York, but he's also going to take Savory as they head down the backstretch. Back up front, it's Schofield in command. Riggin slowly closing in on our leader. And then in that third spot, it's Dave Barabee trying to close in on the number 2 car. Further on back, the 28 of Richie Gallup. When they come off of turn number 4, is going to try to make a move to the inside. Can't make the move stick. They'll fall back in line.
Richie Gallup trying to overtake Rob Summers, working hard on that one. Here comes Gallup again in the Luther Osborne 28 to the inside, but Summers equal to that challenge. Meanwhile, Spires and Houghton go side by side into turn 3. Off the turn, Savory holding on to that 4th spot, Papali 5th, but the battle continues. Spires and Houghton, the 18 and 4, side by side.
Further on back, the 26 car of Tommy Fern and the 11 of Tom Rosati. Those two are side by side as they are filling in for Reggie Ruggiero and Tim DeRoy. Back up front, Schofield continues to show strength in his machine with Ted Riggin second. Then it's Barabee. Comes up on some slower traffic. And we got a spin off of turn number 4.
Eddie Spires spinning.
That slow pace as they head down the backstretch. Side by side, the 09 of Schofield, the 47 of Riggin. Here they come. Green flag is out as we're back underway. Schofield shows that he can get the job done in car number 9 as he moves right back out in front. Here comes Riggin in tow. Currently second, but now here comes Richard Savory to challenge for the 3rd spot. Savory up high, Barabee down low. Who's going to have the advantage as they come off at turn number 4?
And who will it be? That's right, Riggin closing in, but Schofield doing a good job holding that lead. Meanwhile, lots of shuffling going on behind them. Fran Principe overtakes Dave Gallo, and Principe moves up in the 7th position. And right behind him, Richie Gallup in the 28. Once again, Papali and Houghton challenge each other as they did earlier in the event. And it's still Houghton holding holding the 5th spot.
Good battle round that was going on for that 8th spot between the 7 of Dave Gallo and the 28 of Richie Gallup. But Dave Gallo won the battle this time as Gallup will follow in tow. Back up front now. We could have a change for the lead before this one is over. As the 47 of Riggin, we got to spin again as Eddie Spires goes around.
Riggin right alongside for the restart. Billy Dunn looking the field over, and here they come.
Green flag is back out. Brian Schofield once again in command in car number 09. But now Dave Barabee is going to be up to challenge the 47 of Riggin. But look at Richard Savory work on the outside. As now Savory and Barabee are going to battle as they come off of turn number 4. Schofield now has got his rear view mirror full of the 04 and the 47 as they head down the backstretch. Further on back, Richie Gallup tries to make his way up to the front now as Gallup now is going to try to work to the inside of Dave Gallo. Off turn number 4.
Tom Byrne doing a good job as replacing Tim DeRoyne in the 26. He's right behind Gallup. Here comes Gallup with a hard move into turn 3. He makes tire contact with Dave Gallo. Down the backstretch once again, Riggin challenging for the lead. Here he comes. Can he do it this time? They're almost side by side at the line. Into the turn. Who will it be this time? Riggin inching up closer and closer. Now it's Riggin taking over the top position.
So Ted Riggin will take over that number 1 spot on lap 44 as they head down the backstretch. Here comes Barabee now. He saw what Riggin did. He says, if he can do it, I'm going to try to make the same move. And it's a 9 of Savory. Savory gets up a little bit high. As when they come down to the stripe this time, it's going to be halfway. 50 down and 50 to go with Ted Riggin, your leader.
Eddie Spires out of the action. Here's Barabee giving it another try. Into turn 3 they will go. And Dave coming on strong. Here he comes, almost alongside Schofield now. Into the turn, and side by side in turn 2. Coming upon the slower car. Let's see if Seidel has a factor in this one for second place.
Currently in that 4th spot, car number 9 of Richard Savory putting in a fine performance here tonight. Then right behind him, Tony Papali in car number 67. That is Jim Houghton, Fran Principe. And now here comes Richie Gallup as they dice for position. That's the 28 machine of Gallup and the 7 of Dave Gallo. Back up front, it's Ted Riggin. With that battle still going on, Raleigh for the number 2 spot as Barabee's on the inside.
He's a persistent and patient driver.
Currently in that 11th spot, it's car number 79 of Tom Jensen as he tries to work his way up to the front in that beautiful prepared machine. Back up front, Teddy Riggin showing strength in car number 47 is Barabee now in the number 2 spot. Schofield's 3rd with Savory 4th, and then it's Papali. As now the field strings out just a little bit.
Back up front, Schofield has recovered. Now he's working the inside groove.
He is good on the inside. Let's see what happens off turn number 4 still. It's Riggin, your leader. Barabee going to try one more time. Trying to make that move. Is Barabee inched up just a little bit on the bumper of Riggin. Off turn number 4, it's Riggin, Barabee, Schofield, then it's Savory and Papali.
Pretty well strung out now. No big challenges going on at the moment except right up front. And we'll keep an eye on that one as Barabee continues in pursuit of Riggin with 33.
Tonight now Barabee was even there in turn number 2, but Riggin just pulls right away. Let's see.
Down the backstretch, Richie Gallup and Dave Gallo side by side, and Gallup takes the spot away.
They've been battling lap after lap for that spot. Gallup winning it out this time for that 7th spot.
Once again, Barabee in hot pursuit of our leader. Meanwhile, Tony Papali has closed back in on Richard Savory, so we may have a battle for 4th place coming in. Around Eric Leclerc go our leader.
That number 1 spot between Barabee and Riggin. Brian Schofield currently in 3rd. Then it's Richard Savory and Papali. Then it's Jim Hogan. Then it's a 28 of Gallup.
Barabee with another try. Here he comes.
Well, Riley, they're going to be coming up the slower traffic before this one is done. Here they come off turn number 4.
Slight bobble by Barabee that time. Lost a little ground, but he recovers nicely. Here he comes up again. Modified racing action at its best right here.
No doubt about it, Raleigh. Is now Barabee one more time. Tries to pick up the number 1 spot as we got a spin off of turn number 2. The 09 of Schofield goes around and the caution will come out.
Brian, at the line, it was Riggin.
Green as the green flag is out. Papali made a great move. He was on the ball there. And now it looks like he's going to pick up the number 2 spot from Barabee. Off of turn number 2, the two will battle side by side. Barabee up on the high side. Papali to the inside. Riggin is the leader as they come off of turn number 4.
All right, into the turn they go. The field's starting to stretch out once again. Brian Schofield in the back of the pack picks up a spot from Rob Summers. Up front, though, it's still Riggin leading the way with 22 laps to go. The Reg, meanwhile, has passed 2 cars, and now he'll set sail for Marty Leary. Is there enough time for the Reg to come on?
Free and Prince will be turned in a fine performance tonight in car number 44X. As he's currently 5th. Back up front, car number 47 of Riggin is the leader. Barabee once again tries to make a move to the inside. Can't quite do it. He'll fall back in line. Is now Barabee's trying every groove he can on the racetrack to get around.
And has gained 4 positions already.
Richie Gallup now tries to make a move to the inside of Hohen as they come off turn number 2 and head down the backstretch. The two will battle side by side. Back up front, it's Riggin, Barabee, Papali. Gallup now trying to take that spot away from Big Jim Hohen.
Off the turn, Riverside moves out of the way of our leaders, and they have a pretty good edge now with 16 laps to go. And here comes the Reg. He's under Dave Gallo after passing Tom Byrne.
Well, the Reg is picking off machines left and right, Raleigh.
Now running in 8th place. Here we go, another bid for the lead. Dave Barabee under Ted Riggin. Off the turn they come. It's still Riggin by a half a car length at the line. Out of turn 2, almost side by side.
Problem on the backstretch. Papali will go around, and that will bring out the caution. So a tough break for Papali.
You've seen that on many occasions where relief drivers have come on because of illness or injury. We're just about ready for the restart now.
Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is back out. We're underway with Riggin, the leader. Here comes the Reg now. He's going to try to make a move to the inside of Schofield as they head down the backstretch. That is for position. As the Reg tries his famous move on the low side of the track, as now he'll try to pick up another spot from the 28 of Gallup. Side by side, that position is for 3rd as Ruggiero tries to take it away from Gallup, and it looks like he'll do so as they come off of turn number 4.
How about that? The Reg closing ground, and we've still got 11 laps to go. Brian Schofield holds off Richie Gallup on that challenge. Meanwhile, it's still Riggin and Barabee, but the Reg is closing in.
Or Ruggiero will compete on the Featherlight Modified Tour. Now the two will battle for position, and Reggie looks like he's going to take the number 2 spot away. He's got his eyes set on the 47. Now I wonder if the crew chief for Riggin has told his driver that's Reggie in the automobile and not Tom Rosati.
The Reg gives Riggin a tap. Out of the turn they come. When they hit the line, it'll be just 7 laps to go as the excitement builds here. Slower car, will Seidel be a factor? Yes, sir. Riggin uses the pinch. Holding back the Reg for a few seconds, but now here comes the Reg again.
The two are side by side off at turn number 4. Ruggiero on the inside, Riggin on the outside. Off turn number 2, they'll battle, but look who else is back up there battling. Car number 09 of Brian Schofield. The Reds trying to pick up another win here in car number 11. Now Ruggerio's right up to his door handle as they come off of turn number 2 as they battle.
What great action. This is what it's all about, folks. Here comes Riggett off the turn. Can he hold off the ridge for another lap? Just about at the line. 3 laps to go. Great action down the backstretch. They go side by side. Schofield looking for a break behind them. Will he get it? No, sir. Here comes the Reg. And the Reg is now your leader. Into the turn with 2 laps remaining. Riggett trying to find something to see what he can do to get it back. Here they come. White flag time. Across the line, it's still the Reg. Final circuit. Schofield, meanwhile, not giving up. Down the backstretch they go. The Reg stretches out his lead. Here we come to the line. It's Reggie Ruggiero with the victory.